Hello and welcome everyone, Lala here, and today I'm taking a look at the Tobii Eye X Eye Tracker Controller. Full disclosure, this is a sponsored video. Tobii Eye have paid me to create this video for you today. And you can find all the various links and bits and pieces that I'll mention in this video down in the description. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you what comes in the box, showing you how to set up the Tobii Eye X, and then taking a look at some gameplay in one of the latest games that the Tobii Eye X now supports, Master of Orion, which I believe actually comes out today, the 25th of August. But they support a fair few games now. They've got, I believe, over 40, so do check out those games. You can find that linked in the description as well. Especially if you're considering getting one, I would definitely recommend taking a look through and seeing that if you own a couple of the games that they currently support, then it's definitely worth it, especially if you have a range of games, something like Master of Orion, and then compared to something like the Assassin's Creeds or the Division will give you a wide range of features that the Tobii Eye X can offer. Some of those features are in some games more direct than others. It currently retails for 119 euros, or I believe 139 US dollars. Again, links to that are in the description. So let's briefly take a look at what comes in the box. Obviously, very pink box. Once you remove it from that sleeve, you then have the eye tracker itself, which is this thin bar. You have a USB cable, and then you have a couple of mounting brackets. It's nice that they've given you more than just one as well. Although I nearly actually didn't need mine because it seemed I had a metal badge on the bottom of my monitor that it was quite happy sitting to, but I did apply the mounting bracket anyway, just so that it sat in the right place. A couple of stickers and some instructions, and that is what's in the box. A very simple, straightforward affair. So now I'm going to take a look at getting it all set up, all the software involved, and getting it calibrated, and the little demo piece that it has, and then we'll jump on into Master of Orion, and then I'll share my kind of thoughts and experiences with you, and then we'll wrap up the video. Okay, now we're taking a brief look at the Tobii Eye X itself, what's in the box. I'm just going to go run through the calibration setup and the little demo bit that it has to show you kind of some of the things and features you can expect the Tobii Eye X to offer in various games. Then we'll be jumping on in, taking a look at Master of Orion and the specific feature and control input set that's been added to that game. But obviously, do check out the various feature sets which are described for each of the 40 or so games that are currently supported on the Tobii Eye X website. And I would actually say, if you are thinking of getting one, I would say make sure you've got at least a couple of the games on the list, because you may find that some of the features, some games are quite almost indirect in your actual kind of control of, say, your character or something with that in the game. For Master of Orion, it's very much about improving the way you move around the map and how you view things easily and managing your empire. But for, say, something like the Division, the features that Tobii Eye X have added in for that allow you to kind of look at a set point for where you want to move to cover, and your character will move forward to that. For Assassin's Creed, it's about, some of the main features anyway, are about locking onto your targeting, your next target, so you can go and assassinate them or, you know, fight with them and things like that. So those, I would say, are probably more direct, impactful ways in which, I guess, your eyes take over control, or rather add. They don't take over, I would say. They don't like detract anything from the experience, but they add to the experience by using your eyes as that control input method. So yeah, take a look at the various games and some of the features that they offer, and see if, you know, if you own some of those, if you feel this is a you know, additional input method that you'd like to try out and experience. I definitely say if you ever see one of these where you can get hands-on or demo, definitely try it out. It's definitely a unique experience, something very different. And I'll probably mention this again later, but it definitely makes me feel like I'm using my eyes more. I mean, obviously I am, because they're not owned, but well, to a degree they're not, because I'd obviously be looking at the target I'd want to attack, or, you know, in Master of Orion's case, I'd be panning around my empire and zooming in and out anyway. But it just feels like I'm actively engaging more with my eyes and for what they're doing, which is kind of a weird sensation, but doesn't detract from the experience so far anyway. But yeah, once you've got the software installed and it all plugged in, you will have the Tobii Eye X program on the taskbar, or on your applications panel and what have you. So load that up and you've got various different features there, and you can actually see the intro settings, display setup, and games and apps all flashing white at various points. That's because I'm looking at those. Obviously you've got the webcam in the corner of the video screen to kind of, I guess, show what I'm trying to show with that webcam video is show where my eyes are looking, so you can kind of see the impact that this Tobii Eye tracker is having. And these two white dots down the bottom are showing that it's able to see both of my eyes, it's not obstructed. If I move my microphone up in front of my face, and you can see my eyesight is obstructed, so if I just move that down a little bit, so it definitely is picking up, so that way it's not going to impact on the calibration or anything like that. So if we do want to calibrate a new profile, we go right click on the two dots here, which are actually showing both my eyes are being picked up. It's actually like a little animated portrait showing that my eyes are both being detected. Go new calibration profile, then it goes into this full screen mode, and there we go, those are my eyes. So on to the next bit, and we've got to pop some dots. So it's calibrating for my eye, so obviously you can have multiple people using this if you have, you know, various people using your computer. So I'm just going to look at the various pink dots that are showing up, looking up at that top one, down to the left, pop that one over to the right. And then there's a little demo which I'll load up in a minute, which just shows kind of a wide range of the possibilities of what the Tobii Eye X can do. And obviously you can say you've got corrective lenses, contact lenses, or glasses, so you can do that calibration with all of those as well. So it's going to go into the intro. Left-clicking there. I was should just show you the settings panel anyway. So you've got all the various bits here. So there's things you can do around windows as well, dimming the screen as well if your eyes aren't detected. So power saving features there, application switcher and things like that, game extension, infinite screen extension if you want to add that in as well. Touchpad, obviously, if you're using this on a laptop. Well, I believe there's also an MSI laptop which actually features a Tobii Eye X actually kind of built in, which is pretty cool. And you will also want to, when you're actually setting up the Tobii Eye, you'll want to run the display setup, because this actually helps you align where to place the Tobii Eye on your PC, or you can move it around to fit where you've actually placed it, so that obviously the calibration works as well. So do that first, then calibrate it, and then yeah, run this little intro because it's kind of fun. I think they're like weird little aliens in space. Your device is about to change forever. So yeah, there's plenty of features all packed into the software. It was pretty painless to install. Took me a few moments, just plugged it in, the drivers were automatically detected, downloaded the software. So this is allowing me, I'm controlling this completely with my eyes, my hands are up here, so I'm not doing this with my mouse, keyboard.
Huh?
There's weird little alien over there, eye contact. So just taking a look at them. Pretty responsive as well. Great, now try looking around some more. You know, if I could keep my hands up to show that I'm not like moving around. So targeting as well. So this is, I believe, one of the features that's in games like The Division and Assassin's Creed. So your targeting system is done with your eyes. So it's really hard. I really want to kill that alien. No, I'm not allowed to. Kill the rock. So I'm just doing this by looking at these rocks. Obviously the laser's firing on its own, that's part of it. So obviously in stuff like The Division you'll probably still have to mouse click, but you won't have to move over to it as such. If there are any games on the list that you'll find in the description that show all the various games that are currently supported, then do let me know if you'd like to see me playing some of those games as well. But in today's video I'm taking a look at Master of Orion in a moment. I'm just going through the specific features of that game. For this particular video. I believe actually Master of Orion has come out today. So do check that out if you want to see that. And if you want to see more of Master of Orion as well on my channel, then let me know. Be more than happy to do like a proper first look or run through the whole of the like tutorial or something like that, if that's something you guys would like to see. I think I've blasted enough rocks now. Let's go over here. Oh, hello. Don't want to kill that rock. And we're going to exit now by actually looking at the exit sign, and it's just loading, as you can see. Boom. So obviously depending on how the features are actually implemented per game, I guess, and obviously that depends on how much I guess the Tobii Eye team and the developers get a chance to kind of work on those features. You've already seen there's a fair few things you can do with this. It's not just limited to kind of moving around and navigating the screen, which I would say are very much the features that Master of Orion have got implemented here. But yeah, if you take a look at some of the features listed for The Division or Assassin's Creed, and I believe even the new Deus Ex games on there as well, those integrate a bit more, I guess because of the different types of game, like first-person shooters and action RPGs and things like that, compared to a strategy game. But it's definitely good to see that these sorts of features can be implemented into a strategy game. I'd love to see them tackle like a Total War game as well. That'd be fantastic. Anyway, let's jump on into Master of Orion and take a look at the specific features that it has, and see them in action with some gameplay. So let's discuss the features. We'll go just to the options menu here. We'll go to the controls. You can see we've got the drop down here, we've got keyboard, gamepad, and eye tracking. There are some specific gamepad and touchpad features. Well, there's one for each, one for a trackpad and one for a gamepad, which basically are the same thing. It's called cursor warp. Now I'm using just a mouse and keyboard for this, so I won't be showing off the gamepad or touchpad cursor warp as such, but I will briefly run through what that is. So the cursor warp feature, basically with a gamepad or touchpad, basically with both of those input methods, it's not as quick to navigate and go from one side of the screen to another with those input methods compared to a mouse. So what the cursor warp does for both gamepad and touchpad is that wherever you're looking, you can just, if you're using a touchpad, simply place your finger on the touchpad and you will teleport to wherever your gaze, wherever your eyes were looking on the screen as such. The cursor will teleport there and that will bring the game over to it. Same thing with the gamepad. So when you're from one side of the map and you want to look over to the right hand side, if that's where you want to go, where your next system is, you can look at that point and either just start moving your left thumbstick or just press the left stick down and it will move to wherever your gaze is, because your gaze acts as the mouse pointer, as it were. That's how the cursor warp works if you're using gamepad or touchpad. But we're going to go over the kind of the other main features, the ones I've been using a lot. And again, the feature set for Master of Orion is more about giving you kind of better movement around the galaxy, the universe, the star map, whatever you want to call it, and just making it easy to quickly manage your galactic empire, quite literally at a glance. You can, with the enable center at gaze, that allows you that whenever you want to position a specific galaxy in the center of your screen, you can just look at the desired planet cluster and click, and the camera will pan to whichever galaxy has caught your eye, whichever one you're looking at. And that will center the field of view and your monitor at that specific planet. You've also got the extended view, which means that when you look at the sides of your screen, the view will pan slightly. I think the emphasis probably should be set on slightly. You can adjust this, your extended view range down here. I have maxed that out. I actually wouldn't mind if this was actually a solid extended view pan. So if you looked up, say, to the left of your screen for long enough, it would actually then start panning, constantly, rather than just a quick pan out and then it can come back in. While it is, as it currently stands, a reasonable feature, I think that could be an added addition I'd like to see added in. But it gives you a bit more a presence, I guess, a bit greater feeling of where you can look, and it extends the kind of the range of your monitor a little bit without obviously actually increasing your monitor size. So at a glance, it allows you to see a little bit more. The things I like the most are actually probably the zoom at gaze and the bungee zoom at gaze features, which just allows you to zoom basically wherever you're looking, and the bungee zoom at gaze just allows you to jump in and back out with the use of a button press as well. So that's very useful. Again, that's all configurable through the options and settings here. So that's pretty much all that can be said about the features. We're now going to show them in action. I'm just going to start up a single player game. I'm going to throw up the webcam as well and probably have an over the shoulder shot as well, so you can just see how I'm using my eyes Sounds weird. Say how I'm using my eyes. I'm looking with my eyes, and controlling a game and controlling what would be mouse movement basically. So let's jump on in and take a look at that.
Advisor.
Oh, thanks, Victoria. I'm good though. I'm going to show the people viewing the video how the controls work with the eye features. So I'm literally just looking around the screen now, and you can see we're just panning around a little bit. So as I said, I wouldn't mind seeing this feature kind of adapted and tweaked or improved to actually allow you to fully pan. Because I would say definitely the features that have been added into Master of Orion for the Tobii Eye are very much the kind of traditional mouse panning movements that have been adapted in. It just adds another layer. It doesn't really take, certainly doesn't take away from the experience, and certainly does add to it with the implementation that they've gone with. And I think that's across the board of all the games that they feature and support. Very much the case. It's about adding kind of what's already there, but in a intuitive way that your eyes can, you know, add to that experience. So let's zoom out, and obviously if I wanted to zoom in on Soul, I would normally just press my scroll wheel and we'd go in because it's centered in the screen. But if, say, we were over to the left and I wanted to zoom in on Soul, I'd have to put my cursor over there. I'm going to leave my cursor over here. I'm going to look at Soul with my eyes, and I'm going to press the scroll wheel forward. And we scrolled in. Kind of doing this live is pretty tough because I'm looking. It's one of the weirdest things using this, and I probably still haven't got used to it, and I need to like play more games with the Tobii Eye X. Is that now I have this real sense of like using my eyes. That probably sounds really weird and random. I have this sense that I'm using my eyes, because obviously before I was just looking at the screen, and you can see again the screen is constantly moving because I'm constantly looking around at various bits of the UI, you know, the credits coming in over there. You obviously again can turn off various features if you don't want to use them, so it's very much optional. So we're going to zoom back out again. So this is the zoom at gaze. So there is this one over there. I'm going to try and do it. Sometimes it doesn't quite go there because obviously I'll try and like focus on the tracker and where I'm looking. But I'm going to try and look at this pinkish purple planet up there, and just going to press forward with the zoom. We've gone to that one below it. So if I zoom out a little bit and we now look at that way, there we go. So as you zoom in, you can kind of change your gaze, and you can zoom onto something else. I'm going to go back to that one over here. Different stars. I'm going to do that blue one up there. There we go. So again, when you've got a large empire across the galaxy that you want to quickly nip around and over to, I'm going to try and look at the other wormhole over here. Again, without my mouse being over there. There we go. We're looking in, and other wormhole, and other planet, and planet below it. So just very quickly, it's probably hard to accurately describe this. It's definitely something I would say if you ever get a chance to get hands-on with one of these. I don't know if Tobii Eye go to events and stuff, but if you ever see one and you get a chance to go hands-on with it, go for it, because it really does feel super intuitive, and it just makes sense because it's just going to my gaze. The other thing that I said I really liked as well was the bungee zoom at gaze. So I'm going to look at that. Look at a star, that blue star over there. I'm going to move into it. Oh, sorry. I'm going to look at it. There we go. And I can just press my left shift, which is my Tobii Eye button. As you saw in the settings, again, I can go and show you guys here through the controls. That is my Tobii button. So if I press it, it will just bring me into it. If I press and hold, I'll jump on out, and I can now look at the other wormhole over to the right. We're going to jump in on that. Press and hold it again. We come back out. And we look at the other wormhole. We move over there. Press and hold it up. Look up at the top. Try and go for that yellow star up there. I don't know if it's going to work. It might be going for the orange one. Oh no, we kind of went for it. That's cool. Yep, there we go. Zoom that last little bit. So that's just the bungee. So that allows you to move in and straight back out by pressing that button. Wherever you're looking, wherever your gaze is. Pressing and holding out. So it literally will just snap to whichever star or planet that you're looking at very quickly and easily. So again, just navigation certainly I would say is the kind of biggest advantage that the Tobii Eye X is giving you for Master of Orion and jumping on around. I'd actually love to see if they could do some features for a Total War game. That would be pretty cool, like jumping around your empire and quickly managing that. I think that would be a perfect candidate. Again, similar vein as Master of Orion. Looking around, so yeah, again, while I'm focusing on this planet up here, I can just look down a little bit and see what's going on at Sol Prime. Very easy. Just navigate around. But as I said, if you are looking for kind of, I guess, more not impactful features, but more, I guess, direct implementation of kind of what your eyes are looking at and how that affects things. Something like The Division, where if wherever you're looking, you can use your gaze to determine where your character is going to move into cover. They'll actually move that gaze point, or I believe Assassin's Creed, which enemy you're looking at, it will lock on and start targeting them. So again, various different features for each of the 40 or so games that Tobii Eye currently supports. Some, I guess, you would say probably more direct than others, whereas I would say Master of Orion's kind of feature set are more indirect, and they don't necessarily directly impact, say, they don't start building frigates for you or something like that, but they will allow you to manage your empire more conveniently wherever you're looking. Again, just gonna look around. Again, you should see the screen reacting. The extended view, I think I would like to see that be a bit more responsive and really move a bit more, because I think there's a really good panning mode that they could add in with that. But when I've played now without the Tobii Eye enabled, it certainly makes a difference. I'm certainly like going, oh, I'm moving my mouse over there. I mean, it only takes like a split second or two to actually move the mouse. But it's about being, I guess, almost not multitasking, but kind of optimizing your experience and what you're doing at the same time, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I do feel it adds to it. I would say for Master of Orion, I wouldn't have minded a few more kind of direct features, but I guess with a strategy game, there's not a huge amount you can do to really, command with your eyes. And again, it's more restricted to taking over those traditional mouse controls that were obviously, zooms and pans and what have you. Okay, so that was a look at the various features that the Tobii Eye X adds in for the kind of control setup for Master of Orion. Let me know your thoughts down below. I know they're not necessarily the most direct and kind of, I guess, most impactful controls. So definitely, I would say if you are looking to pick one of these up, take a look at the list of supported games, and if you have a fair few of those, and this may well be a rather substantial add-on and extra kind of immersive bit of hardware that can really get you stunk in to your gaming experience. They do also support Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which just come out as well. And I believe at the moment, if you pick up a Tobii Eye X, you can actually get a free copy of either Deus Ex or Master of Orion. So if strategy games are your thing, go for that. Or if Deus Ex is more of your thing, you can go for that, and you can get that free with your Tobii Eye X. Have any of you used one of these before, or any kind of eye tracking alternatives? Do let me know down in the comment section. And what do you think of eye tracking in that experience? Do you feel it adds enough? Do you feel it could go further? I kind of see this as like a stopgap between, I guess, kind of just mouse and keyboard and I guess almost VR. Obviously, depending on the game and what sort of features it adds in, it may be a reasonable step up from keyboard and mouse. For others, it might just add in, just a little bit extra, that extra bit of movement. I know I've just looked at the specifications for Farming Simulator, and that allows you to use the infinite screen sort of plug-in to enable you to look around in the kind of cockpit of the tractor as such further, so it doesn't really necessarily impact that much on gameplay. But if you're looking for a really immersive experience, something like the Tobii Eye is really going to add to your gaming time and your immersion level, I guess. So that's what it's aimed at. So far, I'm pleasantly surprised how much I enjoy it. Actually, it's weird to think that for all this time I've just been looking at things with my eyes, and now with the Tobii Eye X, I'm actually doing things with my eyes. If that makes sense. It's really hard to actually probably put into words. I find anyway how this kind of affects my experience. It's definitely positive, but it's kind of a weird feeling. I'm not sure it's necessarily supernatural. Maybe I need to spend more time with the Tobii Eye X itself. So if there are any games on the list that you see that you'd like me to check out, providing I've obviously, got a copy of those games, I'll certainly be interested in making more videos. I'd definitely like to check out the feature set for The Division. I've got that, and I've got Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which is also supported. So I'd like to see how kind of an action game balances out to something like Master of Orion as a strategy game, and seeing how that adds, or I wouldn't say it detracts from the experience. And I mean, a lot of the kind of notes that I was sent from Tobii Eye themselves say that the main reason they created this is they didn't want to detract from your gaming experience. They wanted to enhance it. And I certainly say on that point it hits the mark. So I guess up to you guys. What do you think of the Tobii Eye X that I've shown you here today? Have you tried out eye tracking yourself? I would especially say for sort of simulator stuff, this is really going to add to your experience. If you've got a really nice, HOTAS setup, or driving wheel or something like that, it's really going to add to it. For strategy games, I would love to see them, approach Creative Assembly about including some eye tracking controls to Total War or something like that. And as I said, I've definitely looked to follow this video up later on by taking a look at The Division or Assassin's Creed, perhaps even both, to see how the features in those games compare and how they affect my gaming experience. So again, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter, take pride and join the Legion. Check out my affiliates and sponsors, XMG, Green Man Gaming, and Overclockers UK. Until next time, ciao for now.